Hey Aries, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing love readings, just a bit of, see what comes up. Okay, but we are starting today with the Soul's Journey lesson cards. Okay, so they're quite interesting. They do bring out a lot of interesting messages. So we'll see what comes out for everybody. Before we do get started, I will just let everybody know if you do want to leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. I will be drawing that when we hit 100 subscribers. We are just a super small channel, so I really do appreciate every single like and subscribe. It means the world to me, guys. So thank you for all your support so far. But yeah, like I said, we're going to be using that Soul's Journey lesson deck firstly. I do also have the Slavic Folklore Lenormand, as well as those beautiful heart-shaped cards, the Lover's Oracle, okay? So just sort of, like I said, seeing what comes out, at the moment for you. As we all know, time is pretty fluid, so if it doesn't resonate, feel welcome to check your other placements, or wait and see what the energy says next week, okay? Because that energy does shift and change pretty frequently, okay? So Aries and love and romance for Aries, please. Okay, so firstly, we have change coming through for you, Aries. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Okay, so change is one of those things where, sometimes change can be a bit daunting, and it sort of gets a lot of things going in action there. But, things do need to sort of grow and evolve, and change is how they do so. Otherwise we're just going to be sitting there in stagnant energy, which we have had quite a lot of signs in a bit of stagnancy lately when it comes to love. So seeing change coming through for you, Aries, is actually a super positive thing, I personally feel. We also have surrender, okay? So I can release my need to control. Okay, so Aries is known as probably one of the more, controlling type signs, but that really does come down to, trying to control the changes that are happening for you. Sometimes there are things that are beyond our control, and needing to just surrender those and accept that they're going where they will go. It is what it is, kind of a vibe there, Aries. Okay, Aries and love and romance for Aries, please. Okay. And one more for Aries, please. Oh, okay, I might grab an extra one on that too. Okay. Okay, and just clarify for us. Let us know a little bit more about what that change is for Aries. What is this big change coming through for Aries with love and romance, please? Excuse me, Aries. So yeah, firstly, that big change, you did just hear me ask directly. I did get the ship for that there. So there is some big new journey that you are sort of starting, some big adventure when it comes to love. So we're definitely getting that vibe of new beginnings, and I do see that here in the general spread as well, that there are some new beginnings sort of coming your way. You may be needing to, there may be a distance between you and a particular person, whether you know them or not. If this is someone you have not met yet, there may be some sort of a distance. You may be needing to travel to meet this person. you may be, meeting someone while you're traveling, just circumstantially, those kinds of things there. But really, I am just getting that vibe of, looking at these changes in your life like it is a brand new adventure. These new journeys are, things are changing for that movement, that positive thing. So the ship really does have a lot of movement in it as well. So we do see you Aries, really entering into this period of movement within your love life, and it's going to be up to you whether you choose to look at that as a brand new adventure, or whether you do sort of feel like a little bit restrained by that. But I do feel here we do have the bear starting us off today, so I do feel that you probably are a little bit in this bear energy at the moment, Aries. Sorry. And so quite overprotective of yourself, a little bit defensive even, but it is a quite strong, powerful card. So it does sort of remind us that you do have a lot of strength and power to weather these changes and get through these changes. Okay, because next we do see the Mountain card. Okay, now interestingly enough, the Mountain is the Capricorn card, and the bear sometimes represents Capricorn as well. So there may be a Capricorn around your energy as well, Aries. But we do find with that Mountain card, it does talk about challenges, delays, obstacles. All right. So I do feel as though these obstacles are just within yourself. The obstacle of, being a little bit overprotective of yourself when it comes to love, and being a little bit defensive against love, even there. But with the Mountain, every mountain is a journey. Like we saw with that ship card, it is a journey that you climb that mountain, and then when you get to the top, you can actually see your way clear, and all those obstacles actually become brand new opportunities. Okay, so sometimes we do need to put in a little bit of hard work and effort in order to get to the top of the mountain, to make that sort of, I want to say, arduous journey to the top of that mountain. But once you are at the top, you can see your way clear, and you know exactly what path to take down the other side. Okay, so, and it's sort of smooth rolling from there, Aries. So it is just letting us know, put in that hard work now to make sure that we aren't acting defensive towards love, and make sure that we are sort of, protecting ourselves, of course, but not in an overprotective manner. Rather standing in your strength and your power. Having boundaries, but not solid wall boundaries that nobody is able to climb over. Okay, so you want that mountain to be surmountable. All right, so if that mountain is within yourself, Aries, make sure that you do give people the opportunity to actually get to the top of that mountain as well as if it's external challenges for you there, Aries. We do have that followed by the heart. Okay, so you definitely are, I feel like this is talking about once we get to the top of that mountain, there is love and romance there for the taking. Okay, and it's also, I feel, a little bit about loving yourself, Aries. While you're on this journey of doing the hard work, facing any challenges that are coming your way, and facing yourself when it comes to any defensiveness or overprotectiveness, do so in a loving manner. Okay, just a little bit of a side note there, but love is kind of the center of your reading this week. So we do have some strong forces around you when it comes to love at the moment, Aries. Um, and then we're actually seeing the grave card. Okay, so this is traditionally the coffin in the traditional decks. So it really does talk about death and rebirth. Now, this particular one does talk quite a lot about that rebirth, and once again, that change, that transition that is sometimes needed, in order to get us to where we need to go. You can kind of see here, it's that dragon, but he's got these beautiful butterfly wings. So the butterfly imagery really does talk about, metamorphosizing and transforming into something totally brand new. So once you sort of get to the top of this mountain, you will definitely be seeing that things have changed in such a positive manner for you. Sorry, Aries, I've just got a residual cough. I'm totally well again, but I have had a flu a few weeks ago, and the cough is just doesn't want to shift. you know, that it's been raining here today and things like that as well. So, you know, my allergies just do not like the cold weather this month, I can tell you. I think I even said the same thing to you guys last week, so I am sorry if I do cough through the reading. But we also have here, when I did sort of ask to draw some extra energy here, and then when I saw the letter come through, I did want another card, but we did get the masculine. So they're both pretty, you know, simple kind of energies there. The letter does talk about messages, you know, communication. Okay, so it does feel as though there is some sort of either. I actually don't feel as though it's incoming communication. I feel as though this is you communicating, Aries. You know, it's texting, emails, talking online, talking in person. Any sort of communication is sort of covered with that letter. There may be some sort of paperwork happening for you. That may be part of what this change is all about. Is there may be some sort of paperwork that you're needing to sort of sign off on or something like that. You know, finalize some paperwork. I do feel like for some of you Aries out there, we may be sort of just like finalizing a divorce or those sorts of things as well. Okay, and that definitely could be, you know, that the death of that one situation, the completion of that cycle is bringing through new energy for you and transforming your love energy into something, you know, brand new kind of energy there. So for one or two of you, we definitely could be looking at some sort of, you know, signing off on some sort of paperwork that's finalizing out past love sort of scenarios there. But for majority of you, this is just some sort of communication. I do feel as though, like I said, I do feel as though this is you communicating, Aries, maybe even just with yourself. When we've seen the bear energy at the start, it could just be talking about, you know, that communication with yourself and being honest with yourself about, you know, am I being a little bit defensive against potential love, that kind of a vibe. But we do also have the masculine energy as well. So I don't normally read the genders with the masculine and feminine. So the masculine really is, you know, talking a lot more about that control, okay? Because the masculine energy, we did see that there with that surrendering, that control. You know, the masculine energy is an energy that does like to be in control and a bit dominative of the things around them. We do get that also a little bit with that bear energy, you know, trying to be in control of every little thing there. Whereas the masculine energy, I do find that's much more logical kind of energy, especially with the letter there as well. We do find that that's more logical, talking about, you know, thinking things through in a logical manner. You know, I do feel that with that surrender and the heart on the table as well, that we are really needing to sort of balance that out a little bit. You know, balance the logical side of ourselves, balance that out with, you know, what's going on emotionally for us as well. The masculine generally isn't very emotional, so maybe it is kind of just a little bit of a thing talking about, you know, talk to yourself about being in this masculine mindset. If you are in a very logical, non-emotional mindset, if you're someone who doesn't normally share your feelings, I feel as though this could be communicating with yourself about, hang on, maybe I do need to be a little bit more vulnerable with people emotionally. Maybe I do need to communicate my emotions just a little bit more. You know, just, you know, change just helps spur on that momentum. Okay, so I feel like that could definitely be the transformation coming through for some of you, that we are needing to sort of transform the way that we deal with things and being a little bit more vulnerable and emotionally vulnerable. Okay, so I feel for some of you that's definitely what we're looking at there. Okay. Um, but you know, like I said, it is just someone who is a bit up in their thoughts. So just be wary of that. Make sure you are talking to yourself about, hang on, am I coming from thoughts or emotion or balance of both? Okay, so I feel that we're kind of needing to surrender that control a little bit. So surrendering to the emotion a little bit more rather than always being in the thoughts of things. Okay. But we'll grab you some of the Lovers Oracle as well. Love and romance for Aries, please. Love and romance for Aries. Love and romance for Aries. Okay, one more. Love and romance for Aries. Whoa, that one decided to fly on out. Okay, so firstly, we do have this one here. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely talking about that change and not being afraid of that change. Allowing that change and allowing those new possibilities and opportunities. Putting in that hard work to allow those new opportunities to sort of arise for you. And then we do have this one that kind of flew on out, which, from what we've already talked about, I'm not surprised it decided to fly across the room there, because this is the transformation card. Okay, it does say your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Okay, so we definitely could be seeing, there may be an actual person with that, with that heart energy there. Like I did sort of say, there may be an actual person attached to this love energy, and love sort of bringing around these transformations in you, and giving you that opportunity to be more vulnerable and emotional with this person. Okay, but it could also just be talking about your relationship with yourself, being more vulnerable with yourself, and being, talking to yourself about your true emotions rather than hiding from them or anything like that. Okay. So that's what we have for you today, Aries. Like I said, feel free to check your other placements. I do find your moon sign usually is pretty strong with the way that I read, but up to you what signs you want to check there as well. Can also check other people's signs and do those cross-watcher reads as well, guys. But yeah, so if you would leave a comment or a like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if this is where we say goodbye, thank you so much for your time today, Aries.